Good evening everyone, you're very welcome along once again to VRA Virtual Race Academy and to the second round of the GTN Team Cup today. Just waiting on qualifying to end there. You can just see the times in front of you. Sanyo Alpha taking pole once again with Brian McManus right behind him. Half a second, a massive gap to Sanyo Alpha. Ferendi in P3 with Jordan Kelly doing brilliantly to get into P4. Amerigo Russo, then Gabriele Del Canto, Peter McCann, Sandro Bacchio, Gianluca Punza and Simon Wall are your top 10. I believe Brad is racing tonight, and so he's abandoned me in the commentary box, and joining me today, he's finally decided to come back, it's Rob. Welcome back, Rob.
Thanks very much, Jack. Yeah, back from a bit of a sabbatical, but yeah, good to be back. This side of the desk, but yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight's race. So we've got a full grid again, and we've just got a few moments to lights out at Barcelona in this GTN Cup. So who's your money on tonight, Jack?
Well, judging off last week, it's going to be between Sanyo Alpha and Brian McManus. They went right to the line last time. Sanyo Alpha is incredibly quick, but I think McManus is going to put up one hell of a fight anyway, judging off last week.
So Sanyo Alpha is our championship leader. So the point standing so far after round one is oh, we're lights out, off we go.
So we were looking at Sanyo Alpha and Brian McManus, and we're the first off the line, and we're going to wait until we can see them running down towards turn one. Neck and neck they go, and Sanyo Alpha and Brian McManus side by side into turn number one. And it looks like Sanyo Alpha just getting the jump. Brian McManus is on the outside line, trying to come around the outside of him into turn one. That's him on the outside. Judging a move up the inside of the next corner. Sanyo Alpha has held onto that one very nicely. Brian McManus forward. Jordan Kelly is P5. That's falling down the order there. Not quite sure, but a pretty clean start from everyone. And it is Sanyo Alpha who leads.
Yeah, there's a lot of chopping and changing there in the top 10. McCann was up, but now he's gone. Oh, he must have had a load of contact. He's right down in 20th place. That's a real shame because he was up in 4th, I think. Who else is not? Who are the movers and shakers? Not sure at the moment. Sergio Grabon made a place. McMullen made a place. Tony Stack made up a place or two there. So yeah, top 3 are Sanyo Alpha, Ferendi, and McManus.
Yeah, I just saw through turn 4, McManus ran wide and Ferendi has picked up second place away from McManus, and now Amerigo Russo, who had a hell of a drive last week at the Nürburgring in the Porsche, trying to start to have a look on Brian. Doesn't think about up the inside. We're coming into the new section of track right now where they remodeled it in the 90s, and here comes Amerigo Russo. On our screens, and there we are. So Brian McManus has got quite past him actually. We missed that move of course with our screen freeze, and Jordan Kelly right up behind us. This is on board with Amerigo Russo as he runs down towards turn 1 on board in the Porsche, and in the back you can see the other Porsche of Jordan Kelly following him very, very closely. And this these cars obviously very evenly matched, and
that's a lock up from McManus. Is that going to give Russo a chance? It does. He's right on his tail. So let's just stay on board. He's got the inside line here. Is he gonna? No, McManus has just got the nose, or kept the nose ahead, getting the power down in that Ferrari a little bit better than we are here. And we've got Jordan Kelly right on Russo's tail here. Again, McManus locks up and runs wide into the long sweeping right-hander. Very hard to get the power down in these cars. We were driving around here earlier in.
Through every corner I've seen him lock up that right front, and he seems to be really struggling with the brakes. Just saw Russell get a little bit loose on the brakes right there. See, Jordan Kelly might have a think about a little move on him into this sequence. He looks, just saw Bacchio and Brad on Nians having a little scrap right there. Looks like Brad's made a mistake. He's dropping that. Oh, he's in the wall. So Brad spun it. So Brad, I'm going to wait for your resignation letter. I need you back in the commentary box, mate. So round he goes and gets on his way. So he gets on his way, unfortunately, and that is that corner, the Kamsa right-hander, which is so tricky to get right.
Yeah, so we're following Brad at the moment, so let's head back up the front of the field. Let's have a look at Sanyo Alpha right at the front's getting on. So he's put a bit of a gap on Ferendi, and Ferendi's got a 3.5 second gap back to McManus, so a load of work to do for McManus.
Quick as he can, of course, but it is still very clearly it is Sanyo Alpha out front with Emanuele Ferendi following him, with McManus in P3 and Russell in P4. Everything is quite spread out at the moment. Let's just have a look back and see if there's any switch between Russell and Jordan Kelly. I don't think there quite is yet. Russell is still chasing Brian McManus. He had a chance to get past him earlier, but now Brian seems to have got his rhythm in, possibly something to do with tire temperature maybe.
Maybe so, yeah, and Kelly has dropped off the back of Russo a little bit, so while Russo is just really hounding McManus and keeping the pressure on and causing him to lock wheels and run wide and things like that, he has managed to pull away from Kelly to the tune of a second, really, a second and a half almost. So it doesn't look it on screen.
And Simon Wall are very close at the moment. You can see these two right here, Gabriele Ponzo and Simon Wall, or Gianluca Ponzo, excuse me, and Simon Wall battling it out for P6. Simon Wall just behind him in that Ferrari, and Ponzo in of course the other Ferrari as well. Of course they are in this other course, they're not exactly called the Ferrari, but we can pretty much call them the Ferrari and the Porsche because they are based off those mid-tier GT cars from the mid-2000s, and you can just see Sandro Bacchio following him very closely as well. So this is a nice little tight battle in the midfield.
Yeah, and Simon really bouncing over the curbs there, much more than some of the cars around him, so that suspension having a real workout. Ponzo sets his fastest lap of the race, as do a load of drivers around him. Everybody's going purple here, purple sectors for Panicali, Grabon, Yamamoto. Yamamoto having a bit of a nightmare, down in 11th at the moment. Where did he start off, Jack? Can you remember? Was he up in 3rd or 4th?
He was nowhere near the front.
Oh, was he not?
No, nowhere near. He'll make the move at the inside of Simon Wall into the first turn right there. It's a nice move from him, nice and slick. Now he can chase after Gianluca Ponzo. Well, actually, Simon Wall's having to think about coming back in him with a little bit of an audacious move if we were to try it right there. Trying to get up the inside there, gets a tighter line, but it's very tricky to make that work. Back to this corner we go, trying to look around the outside as well. So really does not want to secede that place, but all this is just costing him time, and he might drop them into the hands of Andrea Panicali right there. So not a bad job from these guys in the midfield, and we can go back to the front and keep an eye on the battle up here. McManus still trying to hold Amerigo Russell back, but seems to not be able to build that gap. Russell's really sticking with him here.
Let's have a look further back down the field. McCann, I want to see what he's doing. Real shame that he got into some trouble at the beginning. We didn't see what happened, but he's from Dominicus Danis there, so he's not going to be able to get right back into the top 3. He'd be lucky if he gets to the top 10, but fantastic racer and always great stuff from Peter. So one of the stalwarts of Virtual Race Academy, so good to see him. Who we got here?
Andrea Panicali, who's gone off in the last sector, I think that is.
So from 12th place, yeah.
Yeah,
13th, sorry.
Yeah, he was up kind of in between kind of Bacchio and Simon Wall, so he's dropped all the way down to the back after that mistake. That is that corner where it comes uphill to Kirk and send you around very, very quickly indeed. So easy mistake to make. That's unfortunately dropped him all the way down to the back and out of the top 10. But it has put Yamamoto, we were just talking about him, he's now into the top 10. And every single race he seems to surprise me and pull a podium out of nowhere.
He does indeed. Postman by day, actually, David Yamamoto.
There you go.
Interesting to see what a lot of these guys do for the day job. Some not, but and most not, in fact. But who've we got? Jordan Kelly just made a place on Russo.
Yeah, Russo's made a mistake. To that right-hander, he's gone off and gone wide. So Jordan Kelly's through, and now Gianluca Ponzo trying to come round the outside of him. This is going to bring Bacchio and Simon Wall into this battle as well. So again, drivers struggling with the braking around this circuit, it looks like, which is interesting to note. But he gets back going again. And of course now this is the perfect opportunity to use this. Yamamoto, he's posting the point out. Let's see if he licks the stamp and sends it. I had to, I'm sorry. So back to this battle. Simon Wall back heel punts on Russell. So Russell's going to be... It is very tricky, Rob, for a driver to get back into the mindset after they've made a mistake. It's one of the traits of a racing driver.
Yeah, it can be. You lose a bit of confidence, it takes a bit of a knock, and as happens in the real, it does happen here as well. And as Simon Wall just runs a little bit wide, as we're watching Simon, we've got McCann is up to 14th now. I was saying that he's been very lucky to get into the top 10. Dropping back a good bit now, 6.5 seconds back, so he really needs to get the finger out. And Jordan Kelly, so it's all quite spaced out the front, 10-second gap back to Kelly. So the mid-pack fight is really where the battle is. The 10th place down to 13th, 14th is kind of 8th place all the way down to 12th is kind of where we've got the interesting stuff. So let's have a look at what's going on back there.
Yeah, let's go back and just see what's going on, because it looks like somebody's made a mistake somewhere, but
Pat Masterson,
Pat Masterson drops back.
Out.
Just see if we can grab him there. No, yeah, maybe just ran a bit wide somewhere. It looks like it doesn't look like he's run off the track. And I have noticed, I think Ferendi is disconnected, because he's completely gone off the timing screens on our end. And he's
second, but albeit with a 7.2 second gap to Sanyo, but that's good for McManus's championship hopes, I guess.
Yeah, he is of course chasing Sanyo. This is Peter McCann, and he just latched onto the back of Daniel Steinman in the Porsche. Now these guys have got a bit of a gap up to Del Canto, but they're going to fight it out. This is for the tail end of the points, and as we were mentioning earlier, Dave Yamamoto again another position gained. He's up to 8th now, just behind Simon Wall. Just seeing Peter McCann. Is he thinking about a move here? He's having a little look. He's having a little look up the inside, and there's contact. Round they go in the last sector. So McCann tried that up the inside, and Steinman I think probably lost it on the curb, sent it around, and I think we've cursed him actually. He's dropped all the way down to the back again. Let's see if he can maybe fight his way back up again.
He recovered. Who was the contact with? Was it
Daniel
Steinman? Still the two of them. Get back on track just a fraction ahead of Steinman. So yeah, McCann in the championship race actually, whereas Steinman is not at the moment. So what was I going to say?
This is a poor race for McCann, because he's 4th in the standings after the last race.
Yeah, what is Yamamoto 7th in the championship? So yeah, he's going to get a good haul of points for his position at the moment, provided nothing goes wrong. So who have we got here on screen at the moment? So Hedeman.
Yeah, he's just lost 2 positions to Danis and Panical, so I think that's again running wide through turn 1. And having a little look up the inside, that's not really a place where you want to try that, because we all know what happened with the Mercedes in 2016 when they tried to do that, and they both ended up in the gravel trap, so we don't want to see that here today. And you can just see up front Sanyo Alpha just extending that lead. Let's have a look at him. We haven't seen him really all race, because he's just been...
Consistent laps, no pressure from behind, so just controlling from the front. So great stuff from Sanyo Alpha, 150.169. That's a good quick lap.
Oh, Brian McManus is off in the background. You just saw him running wide in the gravel trap, and that might give Jordan Kelly an opportunity to just close up that gap a little bit, because now Brian definitely looks like he's struggling today.
Yeah, 2.3 seconds slower on that lap. So Brian really struggling. Jordan Kelly there is going to be catching up on McManus at this rate.
Yeah, he is only 2 seconds back, I think, just judging off the gap. He can probably see him ahead at this rate. Just have a look where Brian is, if we can. Yeah, he's just going through. You just see Jordan Kelly in the background. You can see a glimpse of him as we run up here. There he is in the background. So Jordan Kelly might be having a bit of a punt at him later on if he can find the pace. Punzo, Simon Wall, and David Yamamoto now in that battle as well. So this is the battle for 6th place now. Don't forget, David Yamamoto, he started all the way down, way outside the top 10, and everything's happened in front of him. He's got himself right back up into this fight where we'd like to see him.
And that's who we got. Is that Simon Wall having a quick look at Punzo there? It is.
There he
going
is.
to the inside.
Coming up to the inside, not going to have the drive right there, but he's absolutely hounding the back of Gianluca Punzo here. He runs wide and he's gone off right there. And Wall spun it as well. And through goes David Yamamoto. Does he get past the two of them? No. Gianluca Punzo manages to get going again. But Yamamoto now smells blood and he's coming for Gianluca Punzo right now and for 6th place. And that's going to put Simon Wall all the way down to 10th place. Del Canto is now up to 9th. Sergei Grabin as well. I haven't seen much of him all race.
Yeah, having a good race. Yeah, good race.
Yeah, there he is.
Just such a shame for Simon Wall. He just got. So, yeah, a lot of power in these cars and very easy to do that. So the tyres will be going up a bit at this stage as well, I think, Jack.
Yeah, of course they will. Of course as well, no driver aids at all in these cars as well. No traction control, no ABS, and a sequential stick shifter is all these guys have. So they cannot afford to get on the power a fraction of a second too early. But yeah, this is battle for 6th place. We need to keep an eye on. So both Yamamoto and Grabman have come from outside the top 10 into almost the top 5. So it just shows you just keeping your nose clean can get yourself up some positions here.
Yeah, Sergey 2 seconds quicker on that lap than the car in front of him and the car behind him. So Sergey Grabon is really on move at the moment. What else do we want to talk about? Yeah, McCann again down back to 14th place, and he's got his good mate Tedderman right in front of him. So
yeah, this could be interesting.
Just on each other's tail here.
So this is McCann and Haderman having a look here. So coming through the right-hander. He's just about managed to hold him off, but this could be a really interesting fight. It's coming up to the right-hander right here. McCann versus Haderman. We've seen this before. We've seen it many times, but we always love to have another round of it. So Haderman holds the inside line. McCann goes deep, trying to get the cutback line. Roland manages to hold that nicely, and they continue on their way. But this fight is most certainly not over. We'll obviously see much of that for the rest of this race. We're almost halfway through now, actually, 20-lap race, and we're about to head on to lap 10. And Sani Alfa is 13 seconds clear out front.
Yeah, you would have to say.
Roland Haderman's off.
Oh, he couldn't take
lost
the pressure.
On the brakes. He couldn't take the McCann pressure, and Haderman loses it on the brakes, and he's dropping all the way down the field now. Just lost it on the brakes. He tried to turn into that left-hander, dropped it on the brakes, trying to hold McCann back, and he just manages to get going again. Holds back Daniel Steinman, but Daniel Steinman is teammate, of course, as well, same lip. Ahead of him, and let's go back to this battle right here. This is Punzo versus Yamamoto, which is still very much raging on, and Pat Masterson's had a problem as well. Let's go on board with David Yamamoto just to see his view of things as he tries to chase this Ferrari down towards turn 1.
Yeah, let's see if we can spot who's quicker where around the lap. So we'll stay on board with Yamamoto for a lap and see what stands out.
So through turn 1.
He's good on the brakes.
Yeah.
Really good on the brakes.
Okay, up towards turn 3 now. You can just see he tends to take a tighter line than Punzo, trying to get an extra bit of speed, running it out one more wide. But you can see the differing lines. It's really interesting to watch. 2 different cars, and you can have 2 different lines.
Yeah, Punzo seems to be able to get the power down just that fraction of a second earlier, which is giving that breathing space that he needs down the long straights here. Because obviously there's a fairly decent slipstream effect here at power just a little bit earlier. Then he buys himself a few more tenths of a second down each straight, and that appears to be what's happening.
You got a little wiggle on the brakes, and that's Yamamoto going a bit deep there as well. So they're both having problems through that S section up to the Campster right now, which is the trickiest corner on this circuit. You can just see Punzo running right out to the curb. Yamamoto a little bit smoother through there. into the new section. The old circuit would have continued on where you see those barriers ahead is where the MotoGP circuit goes on. So they've curved round on the outside of this corner.
So much tighter here, much tighter line as you're coming into the chicane here. This is a really tricky technical part of the track as well. Very easy to get it wrong in a high-powered car. This corner in particular. Then you've got the two right left chicanes here. Punzo goes a little bit wide here.
Yeah, that's going to cost him through there unless he can get it back to this chicane. Yamamoto needs the run at the chicane, hops the curb a bit, has to wait on the power, so not quite going to through there. So they're going to hold station for now. But chasing him, they go. So they're very evenly matched, as we could see, differing lines. Let's go back to see what has happened to Danny.
Danny's just lost out here. So Pat Masterson and Simon Wall managed to get past, so obviously a mistake from Dennis there.
Yeah, about 2-3 seconds slower on that lap, so I think it was coming out of the chicane where he may have locked up. And there is Amerigo Rosso swapping positions with Jordan Kelly for third place. So I'm not sure if Jordan let him through there, but there's a lock-up from Amerigo Rosso right there. But it looked like just a little simple slip up the inside, and Jordan Kelly is through. Let's keep an eye, of course, on the Yamamoto versus Punzo battle. And Sandra Bacchio is a little bit further up. We're about to get a lapped car in the way. I'm not quite sure who that is. It's one of the Ferraris.
And interestingly, Jordan Kelly and Amerigo Rosso teammates, and currently fifth. They're in a really strong position because don't forget, this is a team event, not an individual event. So, of course, there's going to be individual glory for race wins and all that kind of stuff, but it's the overall team points at the end of the championship that count to the win. So these boys are playing the team game, I think.
I think so. Team orders. We thought we wouldn't see them this early on, but they're already happening. So you can see Sanio Alpha completely comfortable. He just did a 49.7, which is in some cases nearly 7 seconds quicker than down the back of the field. Oh, we've got the car on the wall right there. I'm not quite sure who that was.
I missed that. Didn't see that.
It is.
Oh, it's that's Simon Wall, is it?
It's not Simon Wall. It's his teammate. Simon Wall's still running around, but there is a car that literally looks like it's on fire in the barrier there. That's an interesting one.
Yeah,
so it looks like
on fire.
That looks like a retirement to me, anyway. But Amerigo Rosso running around there. Jordan Kelly, of course, teammates who just swapped positions for the championship. Third and fourth, be a really good result for them. Sandro back. Excuse me. And Punzo still trying to hold off Davey Yamamoto right here, who's still right behind him, but still can't find a way past. Sergey Grabham not far behind in P8, but he's got Gabriele Del Canto right behind him too. Simon Wald is still 10th even after his spin, so he's still in the top 10, and Dennis is P11. Peter McCann, what's going on with him?
Yeah, Masterson just lost out to McCann. So again, if McCann could just keep it on the track, he could be on the podium at this stage. But
yeah, he could. It's one of the lap guys getting out of the way there. But Roland, he's still only 4 seconds off the back of McCann, so he could maybe, if he has the pace, he could have another go. Masterson doesn't look like he's going to give up that position to him. He's right on the tail of McCann coming through there, but he is back here. Right, back to the battle between Punzo and Yamamoto. Looks like
dropped back a bit, I think, hasn't he, Jack?
Yeah, he definitely has. So whatever, maybe a little mistake somewhere, but they're still.
It's a 1.7 seconds of a gap now at this stage. So let's see further down the field. It's all a little bit spaced out now. McCann up to 11th. He's going to go for that top 10.
He's trying. He's certainly trying, because he's just got past Danis right there. Dominicus Danis. So McCann chases his way. He's got a 3-second gap to make up to Simon Wall, but he still has a chance for sure. Now, I was going to mention that Sergey Grabham, while he was far behind, he's now only 2 seconds off the guys in front of him, as well as Del Canto, who's still following him right behind. So this is going to turn into a 4-way scrap for P6, which is something I think I'd like to see. So continuing on, let's go down to the bottom. Let's just see how close these guys are. Then we have Tony Stack. 17. Brandon Neens is in the pit lane. I'm not sure if he's retired or not.
I think he was. Yeah, he was a lap down. So I'd say he got a load of damage, I would imagine, and he's in the pits to fix that at the moment. Jack, I'd say, is what's going on there.
Yeah, Andrea Panicali, we saw him earlier on. He's dropped down to the back as well. Daniel Steinman's just ahead of him. So all these guys were involved in incidents early on, which is why they're so far back here. Ronan Haderman dropped it on the brakes when battling with McCann. Pat Matheson, he's ran wide a few times, so he's dropped down to P13. Dominic Istanis is P12, he's lost a few positions, looks like he hasn't made too many errors. Peter McCann back to P11 now. Simon Wall is P10. Then we have Del Canto in P9, who's now dropped a ways off of Sergey Grabin, just as I was talking about him, so whatever's happened there. But McCann has spun it. McCann's gone and spun it. Through goes Ronan Haderman. You can see Haderman throwing up hand signals as he goes past. So McCann, so they've both done it at the same corner, which is interesting to know as well. So McCann dropped down to P16 once again. So that's his third spin.
If not more. I'm giving up on him. Come on, Haderman for the win now. Come on.
Alright, Haderman's now P13. Pat Matheson's right ahead of him, as you can see. Just about a second up the road. There he is. And Dominic Castanis, he's gone through all that to P11 now. Simon Wall is P10, as we've said. Del Canto is now P9. He's dropped ways off Sergey Grabin, who is now almost latched onto the back of Devi Yamamoto, who's just about a second off right now. Yamamoto still not able to get past. Punzo's still ahead of him. Then, in kind of no man's land, really, is Sandro Bacchio. He's got about 5 seconds ahead and 5 seconds back, so he's got a nice buffer. Jordan Kelly is P4 after swapping positions with his teammate, who is ahead of him, Amerigo Russo. Brian McManus, of course, promoted to P2 after Emanuele Ferrendi disconnected, so he's still P2. So the guys who are P1 and 2 in the championship are still P1 and 2 on track. But just completely unchallenged. Now, what has happened to I think Haderman has got past Masterson right there. He has. Yeah,
good stuff. Good stuff, Ronan. Keep it up. Just a few messages in from the Facebook chats. We've got a good few familiar faces watching us. Alan Green, how you doing? McCann, Evan Walsh. I don't know how Peter's watching and racing. Maybe that's his issue. Leo Nolte, how you doing, Leo? Good to have you. Must get you back behind the microphone here. I think we could do with your expertise. Noel Murray's watching us as well. Be good to get him back on the grid. Some of our iRacing team. I think we've got a bit of an issue with our mic every now and then. We've got a new mic, so yeah, probably a few teething problems there. Charlie Kavanagh, how are you doing? Long time no see, Charlie. So yeah, any messages, any info, anything you want to know, just drop us a message in Facebook. We'll do our best to answer.
Here comes Daniel Steinman and Pat Masterson around the outside into the braking zone of the last sector right here. Onto the brakes. Can he get it done around the outside? A little bit tricky. He might try and get the cutback line versus Masterson. You can see the He's coming through. That was Andrea Panical trying a move. He didn't quite make it work. And I think Yamamoto's finally done. He spun it! He spun it in turn 1! No. Round goes Yamamoto. He was having such a great drive. He's in the wall back there. So Punzo's up to P6, but Sergey Grabin now promoted to P7, chasing after him. He's dropping all the way down to P9. He's got it going again, but what a shame. Simon Wall is going to come through just about, going to take P9 right there. Oh, what a shame for David Yamamoto. He's having such a good drive. He's obviously trying very, very hard to get past Punzo right there, but eventually just gave up.
Yeah, good stuff from Sergey though. Great race from him, really keeping it clean. So yeah, shame for David, but these are things that happen.
Now, Masterson Panicala's got past Simon. Masterson, excuse me. So that was the battle we were watching earlier on our end of the stream. So David Yamamoto still in P10, not doing a bad job at all. I think we've lost McCann.
I think we have, yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So McCann is disconnected. You can just see the gap in the timing screen right there. Haderman's still going. Yamamoto's got past Simon Wall, who I think's dropped it. I think, yeah,
he has.
So everybody seems to, that seems to be the trickiest spot for these cars. Is that braking into the uphill chicane? Seem to struggle with getting the car turned in or getting it, or even on the brakes. It's just the braking seems to be the issue today.
Yeah, it looks like, well, there's a lot of people going round on the power as well, just getting on the power too soon and spinning the car around. So, yeah, there seems a few issues with that, alright. But up the front again, so Sanyo Alpha, huge lead now, almost 20 seconds with 4 laps to go. So we can fairly safely say he has that wrapped up from McManus. Russo with a 10-second gap almost, gap to McManus ahead of him, and then Jordan Kelly in 4th. And then another 10 or 11 seconds back to Punzo. So yeah, Grabban and Punzo quite close.
Yep, they are indeed. I think Steinman made a mistake. I think he dropped it because he's lost 2 positions to Panical, but Punzo's still there. P6, he's managed to sustain the pressure from one driver, but he still has now the pressure from Sergei Grabban to soak up, who's not far behind. He's about a second, 1.3 behind him. Del Canto is P8, Yamamoto is still P9, and Dominicus Danis is now P10, ahead of Simon Wall, and Ronan Haderman is still chasing Simon Wall. He's not far behind at all. So still a top 10 finish, still in cards for Ronan Haderman, even with the mistake he made earlier. So running around the P12, and he's about 7 seconds off of the top 10. Moving further down, Andrea Panicali. Then we have Pat Masterson, Daniel Stein, Tony Stack, and Michael McCarthy still running around the P17. Then Demi Mullen and Bradley. Well, I say that, he's just done it right in front of me. So he's back in the pit lane, of course, and not having a great day at all. But lap 17, we're nearly done here. Yeah,
3 laps to go, and yeah, it's all steady and line astern at the front, so not much to report at the moment, Jack.
No.
We got who's that off again?
I think that might be Brad. I think it was Brad again, or no, it's McCarthy. No, it was Michael McCarthy. Just spun it right there. Just gonna go back to Punzo and Sergei Grabban, who are right next to each other. Right, so Grabban's closed right up to him right here. So down the back straight they go. I think Sergei might be having a think about a move on him into turn 1. He's getting in the slipstream. Punzo's going defensive. Moving to the outside line of the turn 1. Grabban on the brakes. Can he outbrake that Ferrari? That is super braking from Grabban around the outside of turn 1. That was a stunning move, getting it around the outside right there. Completely minced Punzo on the brake.
From Sergei, so he's having a fantastic race, up to 6 now. So yeah, he's just slow and steady progress from Sergei, keeping his nose clean, getting it done really clinical. So fantastic stuff.
Yeah, it's a nice move from Sergei. I think it was just a mistake from Punzo, set that up into the onto the back straight. So nice job from him. But now the field has pretty much spread out. This is the 2 closest guys we have on track. Yamamoto's still trying to claw some points back. Simon Wall is P11, and Ronan Haderman's 5 seconds back from him. But lap 18 of 20, still Sanyo Alpha out front by a gap of 21.3 seconds, which is nearly the full length of the main straight. Let's have a look. It's not, you just see as he's entering turn 1, Brian McManus is only entering the last corner. That is how far on sheer pace Sanyo Alpha is ahead. So he's on course to take 2 wins from 2, and he's been virtually unbeatable today.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff, to be honest. So 2 laps to go. So yeah, there's going to be a lot to do for the rest of the guys to challenge for the championship. But where is his teammate? Because as we said, this is not an individual race. It's a team championship. So we need to just check that out, because I'm not sure exactly who Sanyo's teammate is and how he's doing in the points.
Just going to look for, it should be a relatively simple car to find. We're just looking for a red Porsche. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite able to find them right here. It's not Yamamoto anyway, we know that. Del Canto, his team is Jordan Kelly, so it's not going to be him. Sergei Grabban, it won't be him. Could be back. No, it's not, because he's in the Porsche.
Well, while you're looking for that, Jack, and he may not be out today, probably a good time to talk about while we have a bit of a lull in the action on track. This weekend at Mondello Park, it's the Historic Festival. We're going to be here at the Virtual Race Academy in Suite 2 all weekend, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So if you want to come down, John Cooper Works as well. So live races going on, obviously on the real track and on the virtual track as well. So do come down. It's free for under 16s, I think. There's going to be F1 displays, all kinds of cool classic cars here, prizes for best dress, all kinds of good stuff. Check out the Mondello website, check out the Facebook page. Loads of cool stuff on this weekend, so do come down and check it out.
Yeah, it's going to be a great event. It is, of course, it's a big one as well, because the mini race we're going to be holding is one of the first kind of sim races that's been officially on a race program. Yeah. So it is a big one, and it's going to hopefully put sim racing on the map in Ireland when it's getting us to an audience at a race weekend. We're really looking forward to it. Should be good throwing some minis around, because they're in coalition with that, with a real. I think we've had a problem for something. I think Panical's dropped 2 positions because he was ahead of these two. Daniel Stein and Pat Masterson still battling it out here for P13. This will be, so they're a ways off ahead. I think Sonny Watt's going to be starting the last lap very shortly, because he's a minute ahead of 6th place and nearly 30 seconds ahead of Brian McManus, so he can't be too far off that. But this is a great little battle we're having right here with Daniel Stein and Pat Masterson and Andrea Panical. He's trying to get himself back up through the field. So they'll have
was this Alpha's teammate, Masterson, is it, perhaps?
Could be, yeah. So he's going to be trying to hold on to that position as best he can. Daniel Steinman tucked in right behind that Porsche, trying to find his way around the outside this time, trying to outbrake him on the outside. Tricky move to make, and trying to panic. Has a little look up the inside, contact made right there. He tried to come up the inside. There was no room right there. He tried to dive bomb, just that one.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate one. Racing incident, but yeah, I think it was actually was it Panicali?
Yeah,
there was a fault there.
I just noticed David Yamamoto's made a mistake. Dominic Castanis is now into P9, so Yamamoto locked up a little bit there. Now, Stanley Alpha, by the way, is on the last lap. He's had absolutely nothing to deal with all day. He's been having a nice Wednesday evening drive around in that Ferrari.
Yeah. Quality stuff from Alpha. Lights to flag, victory. A bit of pressure there the first 2 laps, but since then he's just dominated from the front. So absolutely amazing stuff from him. Great stuff. Like McManus, and to put this into context, McManus is a really, really quick sim racer, and has won championships here at the Virtual Race Academy before, and he knows what he's doing. So a 30-second gap is not to be sniffed at. Now, I think Brian has obviously said, I'm not.
He's going to be very, very happy anyway with P2, and I think if there was maybe another 20 laps, I think Russell would have caught him, because he's not far behind at all. Brian McManus crossed the line to take P2. Then we have Amerigo Russell. He's going to cross the line in P3 for his first podium of the season, so well done to him. Cross the line in P3. We have Jordan Kelly in P4. He's going to be as well very happy with that. He finished P5 last time, so pretty much matching his best result. With Bacchio behind him. He wasn't far behind. Sandro Bacchio across the line in P6. Sergei Grabin, after coming from outside the top 10, I think he's going to be very, very pleased with that P6 finish, comes through the last corner now. To finish in P6, and Gianluca Punzo in 7th place, right behind him, being chased by Del Canto. And Yamamoto and Del Canto very, very close to the line. But it looks like Del Canto's going to hold on versus that Yamamoto right behind him in P9. And Dominic Castanis is going to round out the top 10 today. 10, Simon Wall 4 seconds behind him. Ronan Hayden, and he wasn't far off him, but he is not going to be able to jump him today. P12 for him. Pat Masterson will finish in P13 just in the background as well. That's Tony Stack and Daniel Simon battling to the line. So let's see if one of these guys can come out on top. This is the battle for P13. Still matters. So coming through the last corner, Simon trying to look for some room on the outside. He's trying, but not quite going to be able to do that. So Tony Stack manages to come ahead of Daniel Simon. Andrea Panicali is going to be one of the last cars to cross the line here. He's coming through the last sector. Looks like he's struggling with some damage. Looks like here he comes to the last corner, and he will cross the line in P16. And that is going to be it for round 2 of the GTN Cup.
Yeah, that's it. Fantastic stuff. So next week we're back with our iRacing League. We're at Suzuka. And then the following week we are at the Red Bull Ring for round 3 of this championship. So VRA.ie, that's the website for the Virtual Race Academy. Check it out. Check out our social media pages. Come and have a look at the Facebook page. Join the Facebook chat. Get involved. Assetto Corsa is a really nice and easy platform to get involved with. You can run on PC and PlayStation as well. Give us a shout and do get involved. It's a fantastic fun sport to get involved in, and as well, do come and check us out this weekend at the Historic Festival. Come and check out the Sim Centre, come and have a go. We're going to be demonstrating all the sims as well, and we've got a few extra little surprises in store that we'll be launching this Sunday. So that's it for this week. Thanks for putting up with my woeful commentary as always, Jack. You saved the day, so thank you very much for that, and we will see you next week. Over and out.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for iRacing.